Welcome to our historical events channel. Let's get in, and don't forget to subscribe.
In 1972, archaeologists working in the dry rock shelters of the Puna de Atacama in northwestern Argentina recovered something that pushed the timeline of human psychoactive use deeper than anyone had expected. Buried in the sediment were snuff pipes carved from bone, their interiors still stained with residue. Subsequent analysis dated the artifacts to approximately 2100 BCE. The pipes were over 4,000 years old. They had been used to deliver a drug into the human nervous system that modern pharmacology classifies among the most violent compounds known to chemistry. The drug is called Yopo. In some Amazonian traditions, ebena. The name varies. The mechanism does not. Yopo is made from the seeds of Anadenanthera, a genus of leguminous trees native to South America. The seeds are roasted until they blacken, then ground against stone, then mixed with an alkaline ash that activates the compounds within. The resulting powder is greenish-brown, fine as flour, faintly bitter in its smell. The seeds contain bufotenin. They contain DMT. Both compounds belong to the tryptamine family. Both produce profound dissociation from ordinary consciousness when they cross the blood-brain barrier, and both are inert if swallowed. The stomach destroys them before they can act. The prehistoric inhabitants of South America solved this problem in a way that is difficult to describe without flinching. They did not eat the powder. They did not smoke it. They loaded it into hollow bones, sometimes paired tubes shaped like a Y with one end forked for the nostrils and the other end placed against the lips of a second person. Then, that second person blew, forcefully, with enough pressure to drive the powder past the nasal cavity and directly onto the mucous membranes that line the upper airway. From there, the compounds enter the bloodstream in seconds. The delivery is not gentle. It was never meant to be gentle. The violence of the administration is part of the ritual itself. The onset is nearly instantaneous. Within seconds, the recipient's face turns red. Tears stream from the eyes. Mucus pours from the nose. The body responds to the chemical assault before the mind has time to register what has happened. And then the mind has no time at all, because the mind is no longer where it was. Witnesses across centuries of ethnographic accounts describe the same sequence. The user staggers. The user collapses. The user begins to speak with entities that no one else in the room can see. The archaeological record is consistent. Snuff trays carved from wood. Snuff tubes carved from bone. Mortars stained with the residue of Anadenanthera. They appear across a vast geographic range, from the Andean foothills to the lowland Amazon, to the coastal deserts of what is now Chile. The 2100 BCE pipes in Argentina are merely the oldest confirmed examples. The practice itself almost certainly extends deeper than the artifacts that survive. 2,500 years of continuous use, possibly more. A drug delivered through bone, into the skull, by another human being's lungs. What makes Yopo particularly disturbing is not its chemistry, though its chemistry is severe. It is the social architecture the chemistry required. This is not a substance one takes alone. It cannot be self-administered effectively. The delivery method demands a partner, someone willing to put their mouth to a bone tube and drive a chemical storm into another person's nervous system. The ritual is collaborative by necessity. Trust is built into the pharmacology. Whoever holds the tube holds the dose. Whoever receives the dose surrenders entirely. And the cultures that practiced this were not isolated experimenters. They were extensive, organized, ritually disciplined societies that incorporated Yopo into divination, healing, warfare, and contact with the dead. The compound was treated as a doorway. The bone tube was the key. The person blowing was the one who opened the door. Modern pharmacology can synthesize bufotenin in a laboratory. Modern researchers can measure the receptor affinities. model the metabolic pathways, quantify the duration of effect down to the minute. What modern science cannot replicate is the 4,000-year-old knowledge encoded in the powder itself. Which seeds, roasted how long, mixed with which ash, in what proportion, blown with what force, at what moment in the ceremony. The chemistry survives. The technique persists in scattered communities. The original discovery, the prehistoric moment when someone first realized that these particular seeds, prepared in this particular way, delivered in this particular violent manner, would open the sky, is gone. Somewhere in the deep past, someone figured it out. We do not know how.